Hey guys, what's going on? D-Mac here, bringing you another video, something a little bit different. I'm going to go over my classes, what I tend to use while I'm online. Mainly I play Team Deathmatch, so a lot of these classes will be aimed towards my play style and how I play on Team Deathmatch. Let's start off with the assault rifle. I use a Bell 27 a fair bit when it comes to assault rifles. That's mainly because it's the first good assault rifle that you unlock. That and well, what else? The AK-12 that you also get pretty early on. I find it's a really good gun actually. What I tend to use on it is red dot sight, foregrip and suppressor. Now when I get the 10 headshots that I need for the quick draw, I tend to use that a lot instead of the foregrip, because I find the foregrip's okay, but it's not good for close quarters, where the red dot sight helps me out a lot when it comes to long distance sort of shots, so I can pinpoint pinpoint someone across a map and just feather the trigger so that I make sure I kill them. But I can use the iron sights, but I prefer to have a red dot sight on, just simply for that reason of being able to shoot across the map. Now, as my perks, I tend to use a lot is the low profile, blind eye, blast suppressor, and scavenger. I find that blast suppressor and scavenger are a must on any class, or at least blast suppressor, especially if you're one of those people that like to play it quiet. And the amount of movement that you do with the exosuits and the exosuit abilities is further to none. If you don't use it, then you're not getting a lot of kills in game, and if you're not getting a lot of kills in game and you find that you're not using the abilities, then that will more than be the reason. It's not directly the abilities, not like the exo stim or the overclock. It tends to be your movement, because I don't know, I wish I had like a sensor that tells me how much I click that button in every game, but that's something that I'd like to know. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was talking about. I tend to use a lot of frag grenades as well, because I like to cook it and then throw it in at like the last second so it explodes when I want it to. I know there's obviously a lot of other grenades, or stun grenades, or secondary grenades as I'd call it, in here, like the tracking drone and all that sort of stuff. The only other grenade that I would actually probably think about using would be the Semtex, but again, you can't cook it, so I don't see much point behind it. On the UAV, now this is pretty much the only score streak I use. I had to think of what it was then, and it was just sitting there on the screen. Mainly because I can use it while I'm on the run and I don't have to stop to use it. What I use on it is, okay, I didn't mean to push that, but threat detection, support, and enemy direction. Sometimes I'll take the enemy direction off and put extra time on. That can help as well, but normally by the time that it runs out, I'm pretty close to another UAV anyway, so it doesn't really bother me, or someone else will have a UAV up. As you'll see, like on all the classes that I've set up, I do have a UAV on every single one, and that is the only thing. Now, to my submachine gun class, I tend to use the KF5. Now, I use the KF5 locomotive, is one that I got in a supply drop pretty early on. I think it was like level 20, and I got this in my supply drop. Now, what I use, here's a quick draw. I use a quick draw on the SMGs because obviously it's a pretty fast-paced weapon, and you know, if you guys watch me, that I'm a pretty fast-paced player. I tend to use the red dot sight. Again, it does help over long range. And yeah, you know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to swap these around. Oh, you can't use advanced rifle on it. Yeah, that's right. I was going to use the advanced rifle then, but just to try it out for a couple of games. But yeah, don't want to give up the silencer. I'm all about stealth as well, and getting in behind the enemy and getting easy kills. It's not easy technically, but it does help get one or two of those kills. If you see how I play, I tend to go, when I see my teammates on the radar, I tend to go completely the opposite way that they're going. if my teammates are spread across the map, you'll notice that my playstyle is completely off, and I pretty much don't know what I'm doing. And it's not that I don't know what I'm doing, it's just I'm trying to figure out where the enemy's spawning so I can rush to that spot and get them on their spawn, because as soon as someone dies, there's a second or two where you're not really thinking, like, because I know I check my scores a lot in between deaths. So what I'll do is I'll die, I'll click the thing as I'm running, and I've died a few times from it, but that's what I try and do. Now, with my sniper rifle class, this is a lot used for quick scoping, all that sort of stuff. I use 2 XO abilities. I use the XO hover and the overclock. Overclock so I can go a bit faster, and the hover so I can just do longer trick shots pretty much. But I'm not that good at trick shotting, so I use lightweight and low profile, fast hands, blast suppressor, like always, scavenger. Sometimes I'll use toughness, but very rarely will I use it. I always use a secondary on the sniper class. It's the only class that I use a secondary on, and again with the UAV. Now moving on to my secondary SMG class, I use the SM1. Now I have 3 SMG classes. I use the KF5, I use ASM1, and I use the SN6. Now I like to use all the same perks pretty much. That's how I like to play. The only thing different with this class between the KF5 is that I use peripherals on this map, because this gun I use a lot on smaller maps, because it is really good over long range, and it's deadly. Has a great fire rate, all that good stuff. But in saying that, I don't like to use it over longer maps, especially when I have the KF5 and I have the Bell anyway. This is why it's my second SMG class. If I'm getting sick of the KF5, I'll normally go to the ASM1. If I don't do good with the ASM1, I'll normally go back for a life with the KF5, and then I'll go to the SN6. And yeah, just my secondary assault rifle. It normally is the IMR, but because it's locked up to level 32, which I'm going to unlock tonight, which is what I'm planning on doing tonight, just playing it a bit and unlocking it. Pretty much because all 4 bullets when they're shot are pretty straight on, and when I had the IMR unlocked, that's what I use a lot of, is the IMR. It is a really good burst gun. Now, I like to use the AK-12 early on just so I can get it up, and use something a bit different later on in prestige, where I need some points to prestige. But yeah, same sort of deal. Same as my sniper class when I'm not having perks. If I don't have perks, I'll have 3 attachments on the gun, and I'll get rid of the handgun normally. But yeah, that's my classes, guys, that I've been running up to level 30. The only difference is when I get to level 32, I'll be using the IMR. That is literally the only difference. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also let me know if this helped you out at all, and I'd like to know what you guys are running on your classes. So yeah, let me know in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.